is Talking to My Thoughts.
I'm going to ask you a very interesting question then. If you have a nephew, or you do have a nephew, and they asked you, Uncle Simon, what does it mean to be a man? Or what is masculinity? What would you say to them?
See, that's a hard question. That's a hard question.
Go ahead, Joss.
Joss has got his finger out like he's ready to say something.
That's the teacher in me. I would say like I say to my kids that I look after, girls and boys, boys and girls alike, it's what you want it to be. Especially in this age of now where it's non-binary, we have transgenders, when we're openly open about being homosexual. Like it's like everything's normalized now. There's no way we can be out here spinning the narrative that this is how you be masculine, this is how you be a man, this is how you be a woman, this is how you be feminine. Literally, we're out here making our own versions of it, and it's kind of cool. Like, it's actually easier. Like, it's still a struggle to find ourselves in life, because life happens quick. But in hindsight, if we bring up our children or the next generation to just accept who they are, they might find it easier to find themselves than we did, because there's less social constructs. Because social constructs are kind of going bit by bit. We're struggling with them more than the next generation will, because it will be normal to say, I was born a boy, but I now want to be a girl.
Yeah.
Like all that. So with masculinity in line, like, okay, me being masculine is wearing pink and wearing purple and wearing yellow and wearing green and wearing black on Fridays. Cool. I'm happy. I'm content. My well-being and mental health intact. We're good to go. So I think it's literally, and I realise simplifying things, I get that from children as well. It's simple. Like, it's way more simple than we think it is. But adults complicate everything.
So I like that he said that it's a social construct, basically, because when the social constructs are created, it now causes a pressure to fit into it. Because the whole point is that the world is trying to define you. They want to understand you, so they're trying to say, okay, Simon is Black Caribbean, he's a man, he's this. They need to put you in categories so they can understand you. Most cases, because of human ego or adult ego, they want to be able to predict what you're going to do next, in a sense. Yeah. That's why the world does it. But if you everybody just starts to say, I'm me, I'm me, I'm me, I'm me, they don't know where to put that.
True.
They don't know where to put, what slot to put it in, what category to put it in, which means that you're unpredictable, which means that you can't be controlled, you can't be, there's a lot of things around that. So it's very interesting that when we first started, we all said be in me, which I assume at this point we have probably quite a bit of self-awareness for us to say that. We have quite a bit of self-awareness for us to say that. And in your part where I asked you two questions. I asked you one question about masculinity as yourself, talking to yourself. Then I asked you the second question about masculinity talking to somebody else, a younger person, because you would take more care in saying the right words to a younger person, knowing that it could change their life. But we don't take the same care with ourselves, because as adults, again, Josh just said it, we are struggling with the social the social aspect of it, of what we were taught, and trying to change it to actually just being me. Whereas newer people, like the younger generation now, are originally just being taught to be themselves.
Yeah.
And then Simon instantly, you showed it. You literally you went, okay, well, yeah, it's about being strength and stuff like that, right? And that's kind of what I was taught, so I kind of go by that. Then I told you, okay, well, what would you say to a younger person? You're like, So it's really interesting that you picked that up. But yeah, Joss, go ahead. What did you think about that?
There's a saying that I heard somewhere years ago, and I say it to women quite a lot. Baby girl, don't let the world harden you.
Yeah.
And it's not to baby girl them off, because the same goes for men. We've let the world harden us. We've let the world make us immune to pain. We're out here trying to run away from getting hurt. We're out here trying to match energy. So I'm dating Jane. Jane doesn't call me, I don't call her. or like, Jane's a bit off with me today. I'm a bit off with her, and we kind of match the energy like that. When realistically, like, it's not beneficial. And in the aims of masculinity, for me, that all kind of aligns, because that's not me being true to me. I don't want to ever match anyone's energy. Like, you sometimes feel like you have to, because you don't want to do too much because they're doing the most. And then sometimes, like, I want to speak up, and then you might not even care to hear me. So I'm going to feel like a bit of a fool for speaking up. So I get why sometimes you might revert back in. But masculinity tells me to be true to me. Stay true to me. And that's why I said be soft, because we're not out here screaming to the man and be soft. We're out here screaming to the man, especially to be strong. And we're telling everyone be strong. And you know how dismissive I find it to tell someone be strong. It's gonna be okay. Even if it is gonna be okay, right now, Simon, you feel like crap. You want to cry. You want to sulk. Sulk, big man. We'll fix it when you're ready. Like, I don't understand any other way to do it, because, okay, like, you're going to cry. You're not going to cry forever. You're not going to be sad forever. You're going to be sad for a certain amount of time, because time's the best healer. Time's the best fixer. And being masculine for me is being soft, being genuine, being expressive, because I see those as superpowers because they're not normalized. I shouldn't even be saying they're superpowers, because they're natural human instincts to be soft and be upset and be expressive and communicate well. But to me, they're now superpowers because they're not put on the pedestal that I think they need to be on for the masses. So for me, like, it's extremely important to be soft on yourself and treat yourself well, and treat yourself with utmost nurturing care, in alignment with everything you were saying from the voice note about knowing yourself and being aware and being okay with you. Like, okay, I'm from St. Lucia, I live in London, am I okay with that? Some people might not be, because some people want to go back home. But you've got to become okay with that, unless you're going to change it and then move back to St. Lucia. Like, it's that simple. Like, we have to kind of simplify stuff, but not simplify stuff and dismiss how we feel. Because a lot of us simplify stuff and then kind of dash away how we kind of feel and forget to process our emotions and our thoughts. And like, if you need time to process this, Simon, it's fine, bro. Speak up, let me know, I got you. I'm gonna hold space for you. And the other thing after holding space is community. So masculinity for me, it's also about community and how the community that I'm within upholds my masculinity for me. It doesn't matter how they do it, but if they're supporting me being who I want to be as the man, it's even better.
That's a good point, you know, and I think go on, Craig. Go on.
No, it's just key what he said at the end, because I was thinking about what his wording was. Simon, it's okay, bro, to be soft, like to go through the motions, etc. And I was thinking, well, when have I had conversations of somebody saying the same thing or me saying the same thing to them, and that are people that are currently my brothers today? Like, they're currently my brothers today. Some of them are married. Some of them are just people that I've been from school. Some of them have gone through the motions of times I've been down, family issues, anything like that. And I didn't feel a way to just tell them, look, yeah, stuff is just hard right now, bro. And then they either share a prayer, share a level of counsel, share something like that. So it's funny how I actually have created that tribe where we can have that kind of conversation in a sense. But if I thought about school times, school was very different. You probably maybe rarely find a group of people that can actually have that conversation. It'll be just way different in a sense. So it's nice to know that as an adult, I kind of grew that, or kind of manifested or attracted that tribe to me that gives me that level of support where you can just openly feel that you say, look, some things are hard, or you can help them and say, look, bro, just take a time out. It's cool. Take your time out. If things are tough, you don't have to push. Just relax, and then you'll come back when you're ready, kind of thing. So yeah, that's really interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Go on, Simon.
Yeah, man. I think the important point that you made, and I guess we've all kind of reiterated at some point, is about feeling secure in your own like masculine identity, feeling secure in that, and it's all about the self-awareness of being like, well, I'm okay with who I am.
Yeah.
As long as I'm okay with who I am, who is anybody else to say any different? If I like wearing pink, for example, I like wearing pink. It is what it is. Like, you can't tell me I'm not a man because I wear pink. That's stupid. So I think it's about feeling secure in your own identity as well. That's 100% the truth, man.
Because even with that, the work I do, it's not deemed as masculine. It's a society. The culture support it, but when they deep it, a lot of people, and from like I've come across a lot more women that haven't deemed it as masculine than men, as well as a lot of women put it on a pedestal with the fact that there's men out there that are nurturing and caring and doing right by children and families and supporting them. It's not deemed as the norm to be looking after children and working in the caregiving role and basically working in the household to the equivalent of what a housewife would do, but I'm not married and I'm not a wife, where I'm holding down the house. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm washing, I'm looking after the kids. Like, that isn't deemed masculine, and the same energy is given to men that want to stay at home with children. So the men that want to be stay-at-home fathers, that's not deemed as masculine. They must go through, like, okay, you must, like, you're going to have to be extra secure in your skin to stand up as a man and be like, you know, I want to stay at home with my kids. Wifey, you go to work. Or I want to stay at home with you. We've got the bag. We ain't got to go nowhere. Like, that's what I want to do personally. I'd happily stay at home with my kids. Say it at my chest. It's not an issue. But then I've realised that stems from self-awareness, knowing yourself, and being comfortable in your skin, man, and being comfortable in your masculinity, and like not being a man for anyone else but you. And I think I kind of said the same thing in my voice note that I sent. It's like, I don't know what being a man is for anyone else, brother. Like, I'm just Cambridge Simmons. I'm the softest soul I know. I'm wrapped around cotton wool. I've wrapped myself in cotton wool because I don't want to let the world change me. Like, and I stand up when it's time to stand up, sit down when it's time to sit down. Doesn't make me any less. If anything, I'm putting more respected for my honesty and my expressiveness. Like, man, them admire it. Like, I've had guys in my DMs, like the roadest of roadman, the guys that some people might look up to in life, telling me they would love to be able to just express and not be uncomfortable about it. And also express yourself in a manner where you can articulate yourself and come across well. My lady friend yesterday reminded me of how well I can articulate myself, and we were talking about what do you think my magic, like what magic do you see in me? She said that the magic that she sees in me is the fact that I can articulate myself well on pen or paper or verbally, and confidently as well. But that's all stemming from my masculinity and how I've defined it. I think the key word right now for all of us is how you define it for you.
Yeah, you said a quite a key thing. You know, he said like he's happy to say that he would be like he's the model of a stay-at-home dad, basically, in a sense, as a caregiver. And I had a conversation with somebody in regards to somebody asked me a question: what if you was in a really high-paying job, and both of you were kind of growing, and the woman said that they wanted to stay home. They wanted to just be a stay-at-home wife. I said that it would be nice to just have a conversation as to why, what is it that they want to be able to do, take care of the kids, etc. And they said, why is it not easily accepted if a man switched the role and said, hey, I want to stay at home. I want to just be able to take care of the kids and you go to work, for example, or we both stay at home. And I said, I want per person. So I want a partner who can confidently make a decision to stay at home or to go to work because of her reasons, not because of what society's goals or visions are for her, and take it from there like a collective thought. I want it to be something you decide to do, because when years go down the line that you've done this, you need to look back at yourself and say, I'm proud of the decisions I made and I'm happy that I did it. But the same goes for men. The same goes for men. And for me to like Joss being in such a, I guess you could class yourself as a unicorn, because I've never met a male nanny, funny enough, in a sense, and a male caregiver. But in the society, especially of black men, where they talk about black men needing to be more at home or be with their kids, for example, and you are a caregiver and a person who is actually a nanny, you are a black man being in those children's lives, especially some of them may not have fathers, may have fathers around, but you are doing the thing that society asks for. And this is what, again, women ask for. They ask for men to be in kids' lives, have a bit more of an influence, make sure they teach them correctly. And you are being that person. So it's always so contradictory when someone will look at you and be like, I don't really know if you should be in that kind of role. That doesn't seem like your kind of, and I'm like, you're moaning about the fact that father's not in their life, but then there's a man that's in multiple kids' lives, and you're saying, I don't know if you should be. It's crazy how the world has warped us and made us so, as you say, the word is hardened. hardened to the fact of, because of it doesn't fit into the narrative of what other people think, or it doesn't seem like the right, there's just so many pieces to that. So I'm really, really excited to kind of listen to your voice note and your perspective on that.